I share the same position with those Nigerians that express disappointment about the president's speech to the nation. It's more of, I mean, it's quite insulting from my own point of view. How can the president of the federal be talking down on his people? How can you say, my citizens? We are not his citizens, with due respect to the office of the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are fellow countrymen. We are not his citizens, and it's rude. With due respect to his office. I've gone through encyclopedia, I've done research after the speech. I've never seen anywhere where countrymen and women are being addressed the way Buhari addressed us. That's just the opening glee. You came as the president out of the country for almost, I think the first time, 50 days, this time, close to almost 150 something days put together. This country picks up your bill. We fund your bill. We pay your salary. We feed you. And you cannot even tell us your experience there. How much it has cost this country to fund your medical. We have people in Nigeria all over the place that are sick. Nobody's taking care of them. They are Lassa fever ravaging the country. They are dying. You have the grace, you have the opportunity. You have the peculiar opportunity to go and this country sponsored you, paid your food, paid for your house, paid, including standby aircraft that we are paying almost 4,000 naira per day. One would have expected an expression of graciousness to the Nigerian people. And he should also have told us, if he's transparent enough the way he portrays himself, the cost of medical bill, what it has cost the colossal amount it has cost this country to keep you alive in Great Britain. You've never said that. Ordinary operation, hernia operation, or what they call this lady where they do the operation of to bring their people are grateful. So my expectation was, our expectation was quite much higher. Of course, talking down on the citizen and threatening, banning social media forum and all those things, including, I'm not impressed. And that's I support the consensus that address to me is an insult on the Nigerian people, and we deserve an apology because after all, this country has been good to you. You have been paying your pension even before you became this before you became this president in this dispensation. We have been feeding on this country. When you were even in the army for years, is how to pay back to Nigerian people. Well, instead of uniting people with your speech, much expected speech, you have created more division. Especially is that when you come back home, you are opening the line for the first time to talk to your people. If you come down to our level, you shouldn't be talking down on Nigerian people.
Well, could that be because the president was trying to, curtail several perceived excesses from some quarters while he was away, and he felt that as the president you need to be firm and the people need to see that you're firm. Maybe that was just the reason why.
I think the man, with due respect to his office of the president, I think he's still living in the past. 1984, when he was a military dictator, head of state. We is a democracy. You can't afford to be doing that. You must address your reality to the reality in the country today. You are in a democratic government. Perceived what? You must come down to our level. We are not in a military dictator. This is not a military era. You must relate with your people. You cannot impose your ideas. You cannot say, the unity of this. Is there any unity in Nigeria? That the unity of this country is not negotiable? You cannot impose it. We want to talk to ourselves. It is negotiable. You cannot. Your military might or wish at all Nigerian people, we are interested in talking to ourselves. You can't prevent it. It's not possible.
On this restructuring that everybody's been talking about, and of course, some quarters of the government, including the president himself, seem not to be in favor of it. Why do you really think we need to restructure Nigeria as it is?
You know very well, without going too far, there's serious imbalance in this country. You don't need to be told.
But we need restructuring to address.
Well, that's what I was saying. That as a matter of fact, for me personally, issue of structuring is not issue. I've always said it anywhere. All this agitation across the country, the panacea is good governance, justice, and equity. When there is justice, when there is good governance, when there is equity across the land, how can the senator be taking 20 million every month? Somebody is taking 80 million or 80,000 miserable minimum wage. You say, how can you negotiate? How can you talk to me or tell me that there is unity in the country? Unity in the country where people cannot get jobs? Some people in this government, Buhari's government, are putting their family and their kinsmen in central bank, in customs, every immigrations. Is there unity in this country? There is no unity. It's artificial.
Well, it seems that even the government is broke, because the last time, the last thing we've heard from the handlers of President Buhari's government is that our president was chased out of his office because of rodent. I mean, that should tell us that we don't even have money to fumigate the president's office. If in just 3 days, rodents and what have you have taken over the office, and what would you say?
Is that not laughable? That in fact it's the height of national tragedy and insult. This government is putting Nigerian people in shame across the international community. Rodents in the president's home office. That is of us that living in Mushi area where we'll be finished by rodents. If the whole presidential villa or office will be invaded by rodents, where is the hope for our I want to believe very strongly, because they did not even show us the ravaging the office that was ravaged by rodents. It's not, we didn't see it. But this government can lie. This government can lie. This government can lie till eternity. How can you tell me rodents have invaded the president's office? Not in my own small bedroom in Mushi or Agege. I mean, it's trash. It's nonsensical. It's untenable. It's not correct. This government has something to hide. In telling us that, because the president was away for a minimum of 103 days, they could not. They were not even going to the office. It was locked up. And when they knew that the president was coming, 2-3 days, they could not fumigate the president. It's a lie. There is more to it than media. And it's been circulated all over the place that the president is still sick. Why do you have to be coming from home? Why do you have to be coming from home? When he was to meet, the fake meeting this morning, is it this morning or yesterday, was also postponed.
Yeah, but it was said that was postponed so that he could attend to some of the issues.
Even me at my level, how can I postpone meetings? Which issue? They said he's going to receive a report of who? At my level, small level, I can combine 20 meetings in a day. What are you talking about? He's a president, and he's being paid for this job. Nobody forced him to take the job. The indication is clear that this president is still not okay, and there's no point wasting our time. The country is wasting. Otherwise, when we don't have an active, competent president, it's a problem. It's affecting me and you. If the man just couldn't do, he should just resign peacefully, or it should be impeached. The Mumu don't do rally or Charlie Boy rally, and the night vigil in UK, it's going to be a child's play. When Nigerians are pushed to the wall, you can't continue to deceive Nigerian people. You came after a high expectation, orchestrated, welcome, church services. Now you are in a comatose somewhere you can't go to the office. It's trash. You should tell that one to the Marines. We're not fools. We're not babies. We're not cookies.
It's human for anybody to be sick. And so if the president is sick and then he needs to recuperate, is there anything wrong with that?
It should be sincere. Do you even know what is wrong with your president? Tell me.
Well, he's sick.
We know. What is the nature of ailments? These are some of the problems with this government. This government is not transparent. We are picking up your bill, medical bill. You can't tell us courageously. I was having cancer of the... Gadi was sick. That articulate, revolutionary, indefatigable human right, he told the whole world. Why is the president even hiding? We are picking the bills. Why is he hiding it from us? It's only when we know what is wrong with our president that our sympathy is going to be much more enhanced. As it is, we don't know what is wrong with the man. It's as if we are just wasting money, dropping money into waste baskets. I implore the handlers of the president to persuade him to tell us what is wrong with our president. Personally, my sympathy is going to be heightened. When we don't know somebody is going back here, is coming back, is better, what is wrong with him? Nobody knows. It's not fair. It's not being fair to Nigerians. And I'm saying this, that the president needs to disclose to the Nigerian people, if he's seriously the president of the republic, let us know his ailments. And should also let us know the cause of what it has caused this country to keep him in UK for more than 150 days. It's our money. And he played transparency, accountability, and rule of law when he was being elected. So what I mean, it's an act of corruption for you to keep Nigerians away from your ailments. It's not good enough. What you want our youths, what you want school children, what you want they imbibe from the president. Transparency and honesty. A president that cannot disclose his ailments, that's something bad to be hated by our children. The president must be transparent in whatever is wrong with him and the way he runs the country. As it is very, very disappointing. We are always gesticulating, we are always postulating, we are always theorizing what is wrong with our president. Yet, we are picking up his bills.
Let's talk about free speech. Free speech in Nigeria seems to be under serious censorship.
Sure.
This past few months, there's been different regulations from NBC and some different quarters, labeling and tagging it as hate speech,
sure.
So I mean, what do you really think? How tolerant would you say that this government is when it comes to freedom of speech and expression?
Well, this government is already laying foundation of tyranny. This government is tending towards fascism, and we are going to survive whichever government that is tending towards tyranny or fascism in this country. It's a matter of time. And it is clear that this government is jittery. It's a bad instance. It better as an indication. The way they are behaving, they are unsettled with their performances. They are unsettled with what the purported performances in the office. And they are looking for all avenues, to carve bow down on free speech from the citizens. This is a government that rode on the back of social media to power. Why should they be intimidated? Why should they? This government has a lot of things to hide. And that's why they are jittery. So for us, we already see the indices that some of us could be arrested. You journalists, you should be prepared. You should be prepared. We went through Abacha era, through Abacha, even Buhari era, and all of them. So we are prepared. We are going to outlive any tyrannical government in this country. So you cannot ban, you cannot ostracize free speech. And if I may add, this government and its leadership are the architects of hate speeches. If there is going to be objective clamp down on hate speeches, Buhari himself is guilty. El-Rufai is guilty. I can mention names. The president said that the baboons, the dogs and the baboons will be soaked in their blood. That's hate speech. The president said 95% of Igbo didn't vote for him, that they won't enjoy him. Is that not hate speech? You want me to be mentioning some instances. So I don't know how they are going to eradicate it. So they've shown the sick of hate speech, and they are reaping it. The chairman said that I think it was in the river election. If they hit you on the head, you hit them back. I mean, how can you look at there is double standard in the country. So it is a very bad indices, and this government should address itself to the reality, provide simple welfare services for the citizenry, provide good governance, provide justice and equity, and the agitation. What is responsible for the agitation is because of bad governance. I was expecting, with due respect and in fairness to Buhari government, that is coming in, things will just normalize. But everybody is disappointed. They don't have focus, they don't have goal, they don't have program, they don't have anything. Propaganda till infinity. All the promises have been abandoned. Look at the university education. It's in shambles. Some of us that went through our education in the country, we are from poor homes. But we are educated because of the liberal nature of educational system then. I want to offer free education, student bursary all over the places, student scholarship. And there was student loans then. The office was in Animal Shelter. I mean, I think in Surulere, some of us are beneficiaries. That poor people, there is hope for poor people, children from poor homes to be educated. That's how some of us were educated. That doesn't mean look into all those things. Cost of living, cost of education in the country is no more affordable by poor parents. There's no job anywhere. We're surrounded by water. There's no water to drink. Incidents of cholera, incidents of typhoid fever is prevalent all over the places. There's no guarantee of job. You'll be lucky, me and you'll be lucky if we get to our home safely today. Kidnapping all over the places. The Bados, the Boko Harams. These are all the people promised by the government, and they're not doing it. Instead, they want to start intimidating and harassing. They should just face their job. They should face their job and stop diversionary tactics. Because whether they like it or not, if they want to continue to hunt down on Nigerian people that are saying the truth, we will outlive all of them.
Let's talk about the last Lagos State Council election. NCP was not on the ballot paper.
Sure.
And now the tribunal is ongoing. How would you assess?
We are in the tribunal already. And you don't want people to go stealing. You don't want people to be corrupt. You say last year went out of his way to impose conditionalities that are not possible. Even at the national election, I contested for governor of Lagos State not more than once or twice. I never paid a dime. How about they never pay a dime? To INEC, Dito Bola Tinubu, Dito Fashola. Contesting for governor, I did it at least not to less than 2. I mean, I was rigged out. Not that I didn't merit it. I mean, the way Ganifa Emi was rigged out. Not that Ganifa Emi, you know, well, if you want to start promoting people, Ganifa Emi be promoted at the president of this country. So it's not a stigma for me that I was rigged out of election. It is the tradition of this ruling party that they want people like us to be in the position of leadership because it's going to be a revolution. So they said we should go and pay. I mean, they attach conditionalities that are unconstitutional to our contesting. We did our primary. They invited last year. They were all there. It's on video. We told them rather than pay, contrary to the constitution of this country, contrary to the position of the Electoral Act, we go to court. So people that don't have, even the other political parties that Ganifa Emi brought them to limelight by its court to by its litigation to Supreme Court, they did not show any solidarity because it's going to be a betrayal of Ganifa Emi's ideals, philosophy, and struggle, liberalizing political space in Nigeria to bring in more political parties that we have to act for what? And the other political parties are wiser now. They went in there to go. They went to go and borrow money. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. Not. They didn't have it. Maybe dash them 1 or 2 words for councillors. We remain principled. We acted on principle. As of right, that if you are from a pro home, it doesn't mean you cannot contest. Once that's a selling point in National Contest Party. That's a pedigree. Your personality, your background, your pedigree, that you are from a poor home, you can never be disqualified in NCP. And that is how some of them got to power. Yeah, they will remove the ladder. Yeah, we are there. We won't allow anybody to come in again. So we went to court. Unfortunately, there's a controversy between Lagos State Judiciary and the LASEC and Lagos State government. They never had a case. So we are in tribunal now, challenging exclusion. We are there already. We want to make a point. Because it will be sad for us to go and borrow money to go and contest local government election when the Constitution stipulates clearly that we cannot charge any money. That's why we are. So we are in tribunal and we are also contesting simultaneously the entire guidelines brought by LASEC that to show its unconstitutionality for it to be declared null and void for the records. And that's what Ganifa Emi did for some of us, for the political parties that were existing today. So we cannot be frustrated. We know they are already there. They want to come to perpetuate themselves. Even the APC itself has controversies of, there was no primary. Even up to the date of voting, the people don't know who are the APC candidates. They were all imposed. And they did all those impositions and they manipulated the election. Look at the percentage of voters. It's not a question of the rain. It was all the results were written. The results were written. And that's why we are canvassing. That state government electoral commission is nothing to write home about. Look at the trend all over the country. Wherever the city government is, they will have 100% victory over the poll. However miserable the number of voters are, it's always they write the results. They don't care. They don't care about the merits. And so they want to continue to perpetuate themselves in office.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayodele Akele, for this very energetic interview.